subscribe to this channel and turn on your notification bell icon. Thank you. Hello my wonderful people and welcome back to my channel. Today the Northeast elders will echo call for the sack of service chiefs, saying that we are tired of excuses by military to brass. The coalition, in a statement by its chairman Zana Goni, decried what it called the worsening security situation in the country. He said the situation is further reinforcing the urgent need to inject new hands with fresh ideas to handle the nation's security architecture. We have seen that the security situation under the current service chiefs has reached an unbearable state. There is no denying the fact that at this moment, the entire nation is distressed by the incessant mindless killings of our citizens and the pillaging of defenseless communities by insurgents, bandits and kidnappers. There is no denying the fact also that these have resulted in indescribable agony, anguish and torment to the Nigerian citizens. The coalition urged Buhari to listen to the voice of the majority of Nigerians and rejig the nation's security architecture to improve security in the country. As elders, we can no longer sit on the fence over the issue, which is the nightmare of every Nigerian. We wonder why Mr. President is still keeping the service chiefs despite call from every quarter for them to go. We wish to remind our dear President that Nigerians are so tired of excuses of insecurity. They want to see changes, Goni said. Among those that supported the firing of the security top brass was a delegate to the 2014 National Conference, Tony Nyam, human rights activist and a former liaison officer to the late President Shehu Shagari, Alhaji Tanko Yakasia, President Arewa Youth Consultative Forum, Alhaji Yarima Shetima, and another northern activist, Dr. Tanko Yusuf. The Northern East Elders, under the aegis of the Coalition of Northern East Elders for Peace and Development, CNEEPD, had during the weekend expressed worries over the growing insecurity, saying excuses being tendered by service chiefs were no longer acceptable to them. The elders regretted that their silence had been misconstrued by some people and sections of the country because of the geographical background of the security chiefs, explaining that their actions was nothing close to that. According to the elders, they had been silent with the hope that things would get better as promised regularly by the military leaders. But we have seen that in spite of the funding of the military by our dear President and the assurances by our service chiefs that things will change, nothing seemed to be changing in that direction. This is regrettable. The worsening security situation in the country is further reinforcing the urgent need to inject new hands with fresh ideas to handle the nation's security architecture. We have seen that the security situation under the current service chiefs has reached an unbearable state, they said in a statement. According to them, the nation has been distressed by mindless killings of citizens and pillaging of defenseless communities by insurgents, bandits and kidnappers. There is no denying the fact also that these have resulted in indescribable agony, anguish, torment to the Nigerian citizens. The statement added, "We, the Coalition of Northeast Elders for Peace and Development, in the strongest terms, we state the call on President Muhammadu Buhari to honor the resolution of the National Assembly and positions of the majority of Nigerians to immediately remove the service chiefs and bring in new hands to effectively confront the security challenges staring us in our face as a nation." It also noted that the service chiefs were the longest in Nigeria's history and argued that they had become war-weary and bereft of new ideas to tackle insecurity in the country. We are stating our position this day with deep and unbearable pains, given the lingering and unabated insecurity on our land. There is no doubt that 10 years down the line, the situation is worsening by the day. This is unacceptable considering the efforts Mr. President has put in so far to arrest the situation, the elders added. They said it was obvious that service chiefs Buhari appointed to drive his vision on security had run out of ideas to end the war and needed to be fired. According to them, they would no longer sit on the fence and watch the situation, which had become a nightmare to Nigerians, and wondered why the president was still keeping the service chiefs, despite calls from every section of the country for them to go. Nigerians voted for Buhari massively, they claim because of his vast experience in security, and demanded a secure Northeast and Nigeria. They argued that sacking the chiefs and appointing new and younger officers into the system would restore lost morale, zeal, hope, and confidence to the armed forces and the country. It is obvious that the current crop of service chiefs have overstayed and have run out of ideas to win the war against insurgents. Mr. President must show them the way out. Our ways of livelihood in the Northeast have been destroyed by the insurgents, and the poverty level in our zone is now so high. It is on these premises that we call on President Buhari to sack the service chiefs without further delay, they added. Supporting the call, Nyam described it as amazing and hoped that President Buhari will give it consideration. He said the stay of service chief was against the military protocol that states that if any officer is in a battle for so long and nothing positive is coming up, he or she should be removed and give space for fresh brains. He added, "From my findings as a retired military officer, I was told authoritatively that the Chief of Defense Staff is even performing more than the Chief of Army Staff. I don't know why Mr. President is very heady about retaining Buhari." Nyam said the demand of CNEEPD must have been influenced by what the National Security Advisor to the President have been saying. This is part of the nepotism which we least expected from the person of Mr. President. The service chiefs are indeed due for removal and retirement, whichever way, he added. Yakasia said Northeast elders were in a better position to air their views on how insecurity was affecting them to the president. He said, "I have said it that President Buhari cannot handle the problems of this nation, and I have been attacked. It is now time for me to rest and allow others to talk." While commending CNEEPD, Shettima said the group needed to be applauded for daring to tell Mr. President to remove service chiefs. He said the Northeast leaders are not saying something different from what we have been saying. The truth is that insecurity has escalated across the North, but beyond the agitation for the removal of the service chiefs, their tenure is also over. I have said that as we urge the government to ease out the current service chiefs, the government must be committed to ending insurgency by ensuring that necessary tools are provided for the military to confront the bandits, otherwise nothing will change. Similarly, another northern activist, Dr. Yusuf, said that he had earlier made a call for the sacking of the service chiefs. To be candid, I have spoken ahead of the CNEEPD that the current service chiefs are long due for change, but the government remained adamant. Aside from this, they are supposed to have retired and allow fresh brains to handle the situation Mr. President has been a disappointment in this regard. Alright, my wonderful people, this is all the news we have for you coming from the Northeast. The Northeast elders, they are not happy at all and are calling on President Buhari again to sack the service chiefs. Alright, my wonderful people, before I allow you to drop your opinion and what you think concerning this, permit me to say this. If I'm to join my mouth with that of the Northeast elders, I will say enough is enough in this country. The level of insecurity in this country is quite alarming. When is the presidency, when is the leader going to listen to the voice of the clarion, the voice of the general public? The rate at which insecurity, banditry, Boko Haram insurgents happens in this country is so alarming. I call on the federal government, I beckon on them today to join hands together and do something about it. If not, they can regret their actions. Okay, my wonderful people, I will allow you to drop your opinion at the comment section. But don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Thank you.